All right, the video went viral. This right here, a Warren police officer strapping a young mother from Detroit into a chair, restraining her arms and legs, and then slicing off her hair extensions.
Now that same officer is again caught cutting on camera, this time accused of slicing open a prisoner's hand.
7 investigator Heather Catallo has the new video you'll see only here on 7.
Lawyers who say they've followed this officer's alleged use of force problems for years say it was only a matter of time before this happened again. Warren police officer Bernadette Moore is accused of cutting a prisoner inside the jail.
It's not enough. I told you to take it off or I will.
This is exclusive video from inside the Warren police jail. And that is Warren police officer Bernadette Nager, who now uses her married name, Bernadette Moore.
Take it off.
Officer Moore is telling an intoxicated 19-year-old to remove a bracelet that's made of string. Shannon Morris says she tried telling the officer that the bracelet doesn't come off, but she ends up on the ground and with this large gash in her hand.
The next thing I really truly remember is being on the floor and asking what had happened, like, over and over again, and one of the male officers just replying with, "She stabbed you."
This isn't the first time we've seen this officer use a sharp object with a prisoner. Officer Moore made headlines around the world back in 2014 when the 7 investigators first exposed how she strapped a young mother into a restraint chair and used scissors to slice off her sewn-in hair weave. So how did a knife get into Officer Moore's hands when weapons are not allowed inside Warren's lockup?
Like, I didn't feel like I was a human anymore because of the way they had treated me.
Shannon admits since she's only 19, she should not have been drinking back on April 2nd. But Shannon says she's actually the one who called the police, hoping to thwart a drug deal from taking place near her house.
I was pushed around. I wasn't treated like I had any value at all when all I was trying to do was do something to help in the beginning.
Belligerent and intoxicated, Shannon says she doesn't remember much of her arrest. After the scuffle over Shannon's string friendship bracelets, police reports show those do get removed. Then the officers try to remove the drawstring of Shannon's pants. One of the male officers asked a third officer to get the safety scissors, but instead, Officer Moore produced a pocket knife and cut the strings out herself. That's when this happened.
She didn't stop bleeding the entire night.
Not a small injury.
Oh, we're not talking about small injury. We're not talking about a laceration. We're talking about a gash.
Attorney Paul Miskevich says, sadly, he was not surprised to learn Officer Moore caused his clients injuries.
As soon as I heard the name, I said, oh boy.
Miskevich also represented Sharda Gregory, the woman who had her weave cut off by force. Miskevich says Warren police did the right thing when they fired Officer Moore for that. But an arbitrator forced the city to hire Moore back because there was not a clear policy that prevented weave removals.
She should have never got her job back. That arbitrator, that was a miscarriage of justice.
But this time, there is a very clear policy. You cannot have weapons in the lockup.
It's right there in their policy manual. It's unquestioned that she violated policy by bringing that knife into the jail.
Shannon Morris and Sharda Gregory are not the only women who say they've been hurt by Officer Moore. The 7 investigators uncovered police records that show at least 4 additional women who complained about Officer Moore's use of force.
She took her boot and put it in my hair and yanked her boot back and pulled my hair out with her boot and then kicked me in my side.
She hit me with a closed fist in the face.
I feel bad for Warren, actually, because it sucks that anyone has to work with her when they know she's not doing her job. They're putting everyone at risk with having her work there.
The city isn't commenting because Officer Moore is suing the police department and the police commissioner for firing her after the weave cutting incident. As for Shannon Morris, she is facing 6 misdemeanor charges. I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.
Officer Nager Moore's attorney says Officer Nager is an excellent police officer doing a difficult job on a daily basis. People are brought to jail angry, intoxicated, delusional, and worse. The statement goes on to say Nager treats everyone with respect, even those who assault her, and there have been many over the years.